Stars, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey guys, welcome back here to Snowman86. You join me on another episode on Cattle and Crops. So today we're just working our way through the, I suppose the tutorials at the very beginning. We've gotten a couple done off screen, but we're just on this one here where we're cultivating. And anything that we've left, I think, kind of ends up skipping time a little bit, so not ideal. So we're just going to quickly kind of get through this one. We just have to cultivate field 13 and it'll probably send us on another mission after that. So for now we'll just keep going. That small issue where it doesn't seem to quite cover the full 3 meters, or there's a slight variation in the GPS seems to exist still, but we'll work with it. So we'll aim for that one. It should kick in automatically. It should straighten up. So it's just asking us to do it 100%, which we can do, no problem. So if you're new to this, as I say, we're playing Cattle and Crops here. It's still in early access. I believe the release date is for, I think it's Q3. So you're, or is it it's either Q3 or Q4. Can't quite remember. Is it September? It'll probably be in around that September-October range. Tends to be when most games get released for obvious reasons. Coming up to Christmas and whatnot. Just makes the most sense. Especially for game developers trying to maximize their profits and stuff. So hopefully it all goes to plan and we'll see a polished final release. No doubt there'll be a couple of bugs. I don't think multiplayer will be in the initial release. It'll be something that's worked on and added afterwards. But I'd be hoping to see a lot of other features in that first release, considering that again there will be no online version or online experience to go with it yet. So one can hope. So as I say, for now we are just simply going through it. We got to get the cultivating done. Obviously we have a load of seeding to do. I think after that then there's a BGA introduction mission, and that will skip time, so we want to be careful of how much time we skip. We want to kind of get all our planting and stuff done so that we're maximizing the calendar. Whether, as in the previous version, something we probably didn't do. That's a feature I do like, is when you look back it kind of rotates the head to the side. It's not just a perfect look back. Which again is a nice feature. Apologies there if you heard the phone going off in the background. Just silence it there. Tend to forget to silence it before I start sometimes. Yeah, so that feature we were just discussing here, just the way the head kind of moves. Obviously in cab we can look left, we can look right, and obviously we can look straight behind us. There is another nice feature which I like, in which, and I have it set here, you can enable the arms off a slider. which I think is really just a nice feature because it kind of adds that little bit. So it's telling us we're done, so we're just going to finish out this run so we don't leave any wheel marks, because that can be a pain when planting. So we're just going to turn off the GPS, and actually before we turn it off we're just going to so we can't see the lines. And we'll also hide the old HUD. So we just got to get back to the farm, so we'll go this way. Really nice game. You can see the trees and stuff here. We're in, actually now bring back up the HUD. We're in early April and leaves are kind of slowly starting to form on the trees. There's a little bit of colour here and there, not a whole pile, which is just something you don't see in vanilla games much, so that's nice. So it's telling us to detach this, so we're just going to back up here and we leave between the two doors. Somewhere there will look good. Now this is a good opportunity. In fact, I'll go out of cab so we don't all get dizzy. And for those who haven't seen this feature before, I have a slider here on a joystick for throttle, and if we just lower it, wait for it, I don't have it set up. Ha! Yep, don't have it set up. So I'm gonna pause right here, set that up, and when I come back, we'll have it in a second. And now, when we want to raise it up, we can just raise it up, and it also adjusts kind of like the flow of the hydraulics. So you can go right up there, we can go down, and you can just go down slowly. It's just such a nice little feature. Once you're happy you're in the ground, you can stop it, again raise it up fast. So is nice. Do like that feature. But for now we're just going to land it down with a bang, detach, and it's telling us to go to the house. And as we've shown in the last video, or maybe the video before, the house is now updated. So it's telling us we are done. So we can go back out, hit OK there, and if we bring up our menu, we should have another mission which we do. So obviously if we do this one, it'll skip, or well, actually we could do this one now, but you're skipping days and it's weather dependent. Bit buggy the first time around, so not sure how well it'll work this time. We'll see. We have a grain harvest, obviously not that realistic to be doing a grain harvest now, so we'll hold tough on that one. And then we have the biogas plant introduction, which shows us the workings of the biogas, how it all happens. So, and again in that one, you fill a silo and it skips time. So again, we'll be possibly avoiding that one until later in the game, as I say, when we have very little going on. In terms of other missions that we need to get done, we'll probably look into getting the biogas one done. Need to get it done before we get into harvest anyway. So we have a gentleman, cultivating gentleman even. I'm reading things backwards. So it's asking us to go plowing, so we're going to do a little bit of plowing, and again skips forward hopefully only a day or so. So we're into a day. You'll see we've hungry animals, we've a selection of everything, but don't think we can do much with that at the moment. That's a mission to come. So we're heading for the MB track, but before we do that, sloppiness that is inside me, left key running. So again, if you hold the control, you'll see to turn it off, we can hit buttons. You have your hazard lights, toggling 4-wheel drive, change the, or sorry, that's open the door. I thought it was a change the screens function. I think we have wipers, is it? Front wiper. So you can adjust your the wheels to your liking and also get it up out of the way. And over here we have again thing, and also you'll notice mirrors. So we have an adjustable mirror, so you can, and that is no mod, all in game. So this is just nice to see. Raise it up, lower it down. It's nice to be able to see what's behind you. And this one then rotates the mirror out further or in closer. So you have a lot of adjustments there you can do. So nicely done. But for now, we're done here. We just want to lift this up. We've shut it off. Make sure the handbrake is on. And we're heading for the MB track. Guaranteed I left the case in the way, and I probably have. So again, same principle here. You can obviously use keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that, but for those who really like it, you have all your IC controls, which is just so you can release park and brake, change driving direction, which is nice. So you have lots of little features there. And again, I think this one has windable windows. Here it is. And you'll hear the noise of the tractor changing. It's getting louder. So all good little features, but for now we gotta get on with the plowing, or we'll be here all day showing off little features. So you see this time we're looking back over the other shoulder, and if you wanted to swap that, if we look this way and then go back, it'll bring us down to this shoulder. So it is interactive to the last way you were looking. So it's asking us to drive to field 15, and I believe we'll have a little bit of plowing to do there. Do believe you can set up a manual gearbox as well. So for those especially driving a tractor like this where you would have more so a gearbox than a continuous transmission, do believe the manual option is there. Haven't tried it much, so it might be worth kind of messing with it just to see how it all plays. Have our indicator. So it's asking us to plow the first track, so we're just going to come out. So again, plowing is done quite well in this game, as you'd expect with the terrain deformation that's in there. It does look well. So for now we'll get right onto the edge of the field here, and we will be setting up a GPS again. So we bring up our GPS and you can see our line. All that goodness is there. I'll just exit for the short term. I think that's got it right now. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see as we go. I do believe it puts a offset in there, which just obviously when you're plowing, when you rotate the offset, will switch to the other side. Keep it all going the right way. So we're going to lower. Standing to plow the first track. just gonna drop our speed a little bit. I think we went off track there a little bit, but again, you'll see the terrain deformation, and for some odd reason we're not locked in. We are now, so that's some horrible plowing. Definitely won't be winning this year's plowing championships with plowing like that. My god. I'll just turn this off. So we're going to leave that there as our screenshot for our thumbnail. Plowing like that, want to be ashamed of it, but made the mistake, so we're going to keep going. But again, you'll see the deformation here going on behind. Obviously not 100%, but better than nothing. We want to rotate our plow. Not the best doing this at a slightly angled view, but you'll see when you fall into the track, it is into the track. So we're just going to stop there for a second. I don't think my GPS side life is working, so we're going to just readjust. We'll try and get this a little straighter, so we're going to bring it to right over to where we probably are, somewhere there. I'm going to do a little bit of that. Probably not the most ideal way of doing it, but here we go. So we'll drop in. So you see the tractor is actually down in the ground. It's not sitting straight, not or flat on the surface. It does fall into the fur, but as I say, our plowing won't be the straightest now anyway. So we can only hope for the best. For those wondering, we are working field 15. You'll see here we have, you can bring this up, show plow cultivated, and it has these two features, but I don't think they're working at the moment. They seem to be locked to 50-50. Once they get them going, it will be nice. You have loosening and deep loosening. Not sure what the difference is. I assume deep loosening is like your hard pan that you can develop from not plowing or ripping ground. And I think I'm glitching myself here now. I think I have an issue again where it's asking me to go probably back down the same line. You'll see it's saying plow the first track, so we're going to try and line up to that track. Yeah. So it's telling us plow the first track, so we want to be in this track. And again, this is going to be horrendous. Not exactly how I'd recommend anybody go plowing. But for some odd reason it didn't trigger us the first time. So we could be here all night just trying to plow a field if we don't get it right, but it seems to be working this time. So we'll take that and we go with it. And the nice thing about this as well is if you use a bigger plow with a smaller tractor, you will end up struggling for traction and for pulling power, all that good stuff. So size of imprint really does matter to horsepower here. hopefully we're nearly there. Hopefully it recognizes it all the way and we can continue on the next track. Somehow get the feeling I'm not quite doing it 100%, but raise the plow. It's now saying rotate again. So it's saying now plow 30% of the field. So we will aim for 30% of the field. And for the next pass we will probably go in cab. Go on, fall into that track. So this is the view we have from plowing in here, and again looks well, can't complain. If anything, we can stop the whole setup here a second, have a quick little jump out and look. So again, we're not quite in the furrow, but I think my settings on my GPS are slightly whack. Definitely don't think it's helping anybody, including myself. So yeah, we'll just keep going. I wonder, is it in here? Implement offset. So I think that's where we were going wrong. We didn't have the automatic, so it wasn't switching, so we should have been doing that. So close again. Hopefully going forward we'll have it sorted. If we look behind us, at least we got rid of that terrible effort at the opening run. We've gotten it a wee bit straighter. Like how the tractor bounces and moves around under the ground. That is all nicely done. Try and get ourselves into a row. Have we rotated? Oh, press the wrong button. Story of my life. So we want to be the other way. And try again. It doesn't seem to want to go the other way. So we seem to be pulling a little bit better this time. We seem to be getting on top of it slowly but surely. Hoping the reverse offset kicks in. On the next pass, and that would have us then plowing correctly. Fingers crossed. I am noticing a windmill that I don't remember seeing before. If I bring up the map. really don't remember seeing the windmill before, so that's a nice touch. For some odd reason, the so yeah, we have a windmill. So if you've seen that before and I haven't, guys, apologies. You might take a quick trip up for Sunday and have a look to see what it is. Not marked on the map, but it is a working building. As you can see, the fans spinning, so that's nice to see. Wonder do they speed up if it gets windier in game or anything like that, or the weather gets worse, do they stop? Be interesting to keep an eye on it. So I think we finally have it kind of working. Say finally, probably not 100% there, but it's definitely better than what we started with. And yeah, do like plowing. Can be a bit tedious, but I like to see especially the change of the texture and stuff. Really does look like you're turning ground over or soil over with the darkened texture and things. Nicely done. I understand some will give out to me for my not leaving a headland. Better rotate the old plow. Obviously we're not restricted by the hedgerow or anything like that around our field, so no excuse for not doing it right, but just for speed. So it's asking us to plow the field to 100%, so we'll probably keep going. But I think that will probably earmark it here for today's video, guys. As always, if you like what you've seen or you want to see anything about the game, leave it in the comments below, guys. Leave the video a like, and if you want to see more on this stuff, please do subscribe to the channel. We'll try and keep the cattle and crop videos rolling here now, and we get back into it a little bit. But I've been Snowman86, and this has been Cattle and Crops, and thanks very much for watching, guys. As always, take care, and we'll see you again.